Hello, my friends and potential friends. Sky here, and hope you're all doing very well and everything. And an important question that we probably all have dealt with at some point in our lives is, have you ever been depressed? Do you feel depressed? Do you feel like your life is not worth it? Well, these are some things that I've been battling recently, and I'm definitely no expert or anything, obviously, so please take that into account. But there is something laid on my heart that I wanted to speak with y'all about, and hopefully maybe help you as well. That's the hope. So before I really get into some details and explanation and what all's been going on, I do want to share with you a story. This story came across a few months ago. But I've kind of forgotten about it. But I think it's a really important story, and it definitely applies to us as well. The story is entitled The Broken Pot. A water bearer in India had two large pots, each hung on an end of a pole which he carried across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, and while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water at the end of the long walk from the stream to the master's house, the cracked pot arrived only half full. For a full 2 years this went on daily, with the bearer delivering only 1.5 pots full of water to the master's house. Of course, this perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, perfect to the end for which it was made. But the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection, and miserable that it was able to accomplish only half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years of what it perceived to be a bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. "I am ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you." "Why?" asked the bearer. "What are you ashamed of?" "I have been able, for these past 2 years, to deliver only half my load, because this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to your master's house. Because of my flaws, you have to do all of this work, and you don't get full value from your efforts," the pot said. The water bearer felt sorry for the old cracked pot, and in his compassion he said, "As we return to the master's house, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the path." Indeed, as they went up the hill, the old cracked pot took notice of the sun warming the beautiful wildflowers on the side of the path, and this cheered it some. But at the end of the trail, it still felt sad because it had leaked out half its load, and so again the pot apologized to the bearer for its failure. The bearer said to the pot, "Did you notice that there were flowers only on your side of your path, but not on the other pot's side? That's because I have always known about your flaw, and I took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walk back from the stream, you've watered them. For 2 years, I've been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table. Without you being just the way you are, he would not have this beauty to grace his house. Each of us has our own unique flaws. We are all cracked pots. But if we will allow it, the Lord will use our flaws to grace his Father's table. In God's great economy, nothing goes to waste. Don't be afraid of your flaws. Acknowledge them, and you too can be a cause of beauty. Know that in our weakness, your strength is made perfect." 2 Corinthians 12:9. So, I just thought this was a beautiful story, and kind of to reiterate the point, we're all cracked pots, aren't we? I mean, which of us is perfect? Seriously. Which of us is perfect? None of us are. We all have our imperfections. We all have flaws. So we may see people around us who seem like they are the perfect pots, flawless. But, they may not be able to do some of the things that we do so well. And, likewise, they may be really great at some things, but they're not as good as others. Similar to us, we have our strengths, and a lot of times our weaknesses are our strength. And everything happens for a reason. Everything does. So kind of talk about what's been going on with me. The past couple weeks I've been super depressed, and it really hasn't gotten any better. I haven't been suicidal exactly. I don't really hardly get suicidal, but I've actually been to the point where I just wanted God to take my life. I was like, I just didn't want to go on anymore. Didn't want to kill myself. I don't want to do that, but I've just had these thoughts in my mind where, I just don't want to continue going. And I always have these thoughts in my mind like, so many people get cancer and, who don't deserve it and such. And like, why does it happen to these people? I mean, I deserve it more than they do, and I mean, I just had these really stupid thoughts in my head, and had to think about, can't believe I'm saying all this, but it's on my heart to say. Just had to think about, none of us are perfect, and we had to think about, we're here for a reason. Whenever God is ready, He will take us. He will take us. But while we're here, we should try to take joy in what we can do while we're here. Don't despair over your imperfections, your flaws. Just like the cracked pot, we have a purpose. We do something. There's some beauty in what we do. So if you're ever feeling depressed or down, just think about this. Think about the cracked pot. Think about the reasons we all have to continue going, and that it's only time when it's time. God has a purpose for us all, and I firmly believe that. So I definitely feel better. Actually, I can't believe I went to bed so early last night, but at 9 o'clock, I just stopped everything, which is uncharacteristic of me. And, I feel a lot better. I woke up today. I feel a lot better. And this story came back to my mind, and I feel like it needed to be shared. And just know that we all have a purpose, and we're all in it together, my friends. So I do hope that this inspired you some, made you feel better. I mean, like I said, I don't claim to be a professional. We all have our imperfections and stuff. I'm a teacher, and that was part of it. I felt like I just wasn't good at anything, and that's really what made it worse. I feel like I'm not any good at YouTube. I don't know why I do it sometimes. I've always enjoyed it, but it's hard to explain. And as a teacher, and then the events of last Sunday just really solidified my thoughts, about that. But you have to think about who you have made a difference in. Who have you helped? Like the cracked pot, those beautiful flowers wouldn't be there if it weren't flawed. So my flaws, those that they are, I have to think about. I can relate to some people. I mean, I didn't have the best childhood, so the children that I teach, I can relate to them. I can understand what they're going through, and same thing with y'all. We all have our moments, but I do hope that this inspired you some. I do hope you feel better. If you're depressed, just know you're not in it alone, and try to think more positive. Just know that you are a beautiful person. You are the way you are for a reason, and you have a purpose. That's all I got. Stay awesome, everybody. Hey, my friends, if you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button down below. Also, subscribe and hit the little bell icon for notifications of future videos. There are a lot of reasons to subscribe to the channel, including monthly giveaways, things on the Discord, such as karaoke Saturdays, a place for show and tell where you can advertise your own channel or your own talents. Regardless of what you choose, stay awesome, everybody.